Oh my gosh. Wow. Arcane is back, baby. Arcane is back. Normally, I make these presentations for my videos, but truthfully, I'm not gonna make a presentation for this one video because I literally just like 2 seconds ago, I just finished the Act 1, Episode 3, and truthfully, that ending is gonna be one of the. I don't even know how they want to top this, right? Because let's go through this slow. Let's go through it slow. Like if you want my intro like I normally do. Hey, I am not bored this time. I'm very much not bored. I could not be bored while watching Arcane, Arcane season 2, because how could you be bored while watching that? So I just finished watching Arcane season 2, season 2 Act 1, right? And like first off, I do have to say, right, the first episode, I mean, okay, slow. Oh yeah, and first off, spoiler warning, because I will try to not bring spoilers into this, and I will also not make it as boring. I'm going to probably blend in some freaking pictures somewhere or some other way. I don't know how I'm gonna do this for now, but because this is like a split second thing, I was actually supposed to record this tomorrow while putting my thoughts together, but then that last scene just made me want to do it now. And I only have 2 bars on this camera, so I just have to blab as fast as I can before this cam turns off. So yeah. Now, the first episode, everything was pretty slow. Like obviously after the ending, after that cliffhanger of an ending, obviously the aftermath. Truthfully, they showed it very well. Like some things I did find a little iffy, like yet again, how did survive? Like how did she? Like truthfully, everybody knew that was going to happen somehow. Like if you watch Necro videos and other videos like that, it was kind of like, I don't really know. But so first off, how did she survive? I don't know. I don't care right now because that last scene is still banging at the back of at the back of my head. But obviously, the whole aftermath of all that, and Fortiche they're so good in just showing how all of this after the explosion is still lingering in every single person and how every single person deals with the fact. And I just like that they started in Piltover because obviously, like, why would you suddenly want to start back there with in Zaun? Like, why would you want to do that, right? For example, Caitlyn, how Caitlyn deals with it is pretty cool. Like, this whole thing of, like, trying to be strong and then just breaking down fully. Like, that is the type of character I expected her to be. Whereas Vi, obviously, how she deals with it, still thinking, like, but that is, like, her, right? And that is the first part where I have to, like, the one main thing, I'm gonna try to, like, somehow mentally make these notes so that when I'm editing this, it's not gonna be fucking hard for me to do this. Now, the first thing that I would like to talk about is the squad. With the squad, I mean Caitlyn's squad, okay? Because I don't know why I drew this parallel, but let me just say this reminded me of Power Rangers SPD. Literally just Power Rangers SPD, because the same way Vi and the other guy who just met each other, when she got drunk, became part of that strike team. That strike team everybody's seen in the trailers. The same way it was with Jack and I actually think her name is also Vi, though in Power Rangers they call her V, not Vi, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the same way it's like, quote unquote criminals who then join the police and become part of like a big strike team. And I just really much like it. And on top of that, first off, I do believe this kind of confirms now that this random person, like not random person, that the ginger enforcer is not Marcus's kid. I mean, obviously, like how the heck could she be that? That would have been pretty weird if they tried to do some time bending shit like that. But I like her. I like her enthusiasm. But at the end of the day, for people that watched the last episode, you know what I mean. Like that enthusiasm might get turned in different ways by specific people. But yeah, I really like that strike team, and also the reveal of what they do and how they do it is crazy, right? Then on the other hand, how Mel and Jace deal with it, right? Obviously, is much more chill. How they deal with it is much like not chill, but like less like explosive, because Jace just becomes goes into himself and stays in a freaking lab and sleeps there because of our best boy Victor. Yeah, truthfully, this is definitely not spoiler free. So listen to this after you've watched it, because if you do beforehand, you're not you're just gonna get everything spoiled. I'm very bad at keeping you away from spoilers. But yeah, so that's with Jace and the fact that he tried to save Victor, and that's how it got. Like, I'm still just like, this one I'm not even gonna say, because there might be people that watched the episode that are gonna be here that don't have any League knowledge. So I'm gonna just say the way he tried to save Victor and how that all happened. Like, the only thing that I kind of found weird was like, nigga got out and 2 seconds later he's like, okay, bye. So I do know that obviously had something to do with, right? I was happy that this character actually came back, because she did not have that in as much screen time. But we all know it's because he has visions of her. And let me actually just load my cam, because it's actually going to turn off if I don't do anything here. Okay, hooked it up to the power supply, hoping that that's going to actually hold the battery. Okay, oh yeah, Victor and Jace. So that was just crazy stuff. And another thing apart from that, I very much like, you know, the second part of the whole dealing with it process. You know, how the underground deals with it, how Zon deals with it. You know, like Smeech and the other two, that their names are quite I totally forgot their names. I mean, at the end of the day, an episode is still 40 minutes long, so I think it's still part of episode 1, that stuff. So that's almost over an hour ago that I've watched that episode. But yeah, I really like this whole power struggle, and definitely the trailers definitely fooled us in some ways, and in some important ways. And the animation though, right? Because like I'm very scrambling. I want to like just get to the to the thick of it. No, I do not want to get into the thick. No. Let's not do that. Forget I ever said that. I actually didn't. That was not planned. That was a good joke though. But no, let's not do that. Jinx. Jinx. Jinx and that kid. I am interested to see what's gonna happen with them. Because that is something that it will either pull at your heartstrings, or just make you mad, or make you happy. Who knows? But let's just maybe actually, like, that kid might be the only thing that's holding Jinx together, and that's making her not fully go feral, right? Then another thing, right? Fights. Ooh, fights. Ugh. We thought season 1 was good. Well, season 2 is gooder. It is very good. It is so much better. The fights are just breathtaking. They are in animation styles, but the animation of the fights is just great. The score of the fights is great, and I'm happy that I didn't even try to listen to any other songs of the Arcane soundtrack. I don't even think the rest has been out yet, but because I saw like a comment that said, I don't want to listen to them now because I want the context of the scene. And I was like, yeah, it's not really that big of a problem, because at the end of the day, the songs were written to the scene and not the scene to the songs. But the score, it's banging. Now, another thing is just the animation, you know, because Riot, one thing I always loved about Riot was that Riot always in every single cinematic used like different animation styles. And I think like Fortiche was also the perfect studio to do this stuff with Riot, because Fortiche, the same way as Riot, they use bajillion different styles. And obviously they have their main style, but for some specific scenes, the way they illustrated it, you might think, oh no, like for example, that one scene in the, like the funeral scene, right? You might think, oh no, they were just cutting on budget. No. No, that was intentional, and that was very telling, because like it was to focus on those specific people, right? And just to get into some characters' headspaces, the animation helps so much, right? So much. And another thing, right, after this wild rant, I'm going to add chapters so that if people want to go to the latter parts, which is like actually a little more level-headed thinking, you know, it's gonna help them, because I'm not gonna make other videos about this. I'm not really somebody who's gonna make like, oh, this is the analyzing da 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 da. No, like I have too many other things that I'm doing for me to actually care to make bajillion other videos. But at least I'm gonna do the first time reaction type videos that I'm that I'm doing, which is literally what I'm doing right now. Yeah, but another thing is like the characters. Some characters that were just background characters, props in season 1, are suddenly very important and get more lines. And truthfully, I like Sallow's character. Okay, like in the first season, he was just some snobbish ass bitch. Well, but he does belong to the local cuisine, so maybe that's why he's grown on me. But that obviously is great. And one thing I have to say, apart from characters becoming big and good, I was scared that because Mbessa is now a champion in the game, that her being involved is going to be kind of weird. But this comes back to the last scene. Oh, you guys, we all know how we all felt while we watched the scene. Man, like that hurt. But like that scene was crazy. Like literally, I was there in my seat and I thought I was gonna start doing it as well. I thought I was gonna start doing it. Like literally, that thing. I just thought of a thing. Oh, my camera didn't turn off, but my PC said, you know, bye. No PC. You do not say bye. You don't do that. No, but like the way they put her in there, and also like, we all know Riot kind of slipped up. For those that want spoiler warning, for those people that do know that they accidentally put Miss LB on her champions page before removing her, the way they incorporated the rose into Mbessa's character and the reason as the reason why she's doing what she's doing, the reason why she even showed up, the reason Mel's brother died. Well, we don't know the full reason, but the reason Mel's brother died, to that last scene where she just plays 5D chess. Wow! Like, truthfully, I think I should just stop here, and we should just applaud for the writers, for the animators, for anybody who was working on Arcane, because I am stoked to see what happens